Chip Zdarsky really has no place writing Captain America. He kind of actually insinuates that on his blog that he actually just wrote recently on Substack. And it's done in this like snarky sort of like I'm smarter than you kind of way, where he's trying to be quirky and funny, which is what all the SJWs do. It's actually like a very passive-aggressive female style tactic. Again, something that doesn't lend itself towards Captain America. Meanwhile, he's bragging that he's getting in with Hollywood. He's showing himself off here, as you could tell, with Daredevil Born Again. And very interesting to parse out his most recent Substack, as Captain America has been granted to him as a title that's coming out this summer. Now, Marvel Comics hates Captain America. They don't understand Captain America. They always have. It's a big, big problem for the character, and it's a bigger problem for what's coming out down the pipeline because their brand keeps dying. Comic shops are just on the brink, and they keep doubling down on the exact same nonsense with these characters that made them lose all their love for, fans to begin with. And this is where we're at today. So please hit the like and subscribe button and join us as we talk about all things in the culture, especially when it comes to what's going on in comics, my friends. This is JDA Talks Comics. Really appreciate you for being here. I am a comic creator myself, and I would love for you to sign up for my newsletter. It's in the description below. You get 3 free books, best deal in all of comics, including a superhero graphic novel, Flying Sparks, Volume 1 from me. And this is the best deal out there. It's like a $50 value, absolutely free. And the best part is you get to keep in touch with me as I come out with new books regularly. I'm coming out with great books, including with patriotic characters that you're going to love, something that Marvel and DC wouldn't do. This is the real deal. This is where we've got new books coming out all the time. This is a corner of the internet that a lot of people really don't want you to find, and it all starts right here. So check it out. Get in on Flying Sparks today. Check it out. And if you've already got it and you're here, Volume 2 through 5 is out. This is a complete story, 15 issues long. I really did a whole run, and it ends very, very beautifully. This was called some of the best superhero books of the last 10 years by a Hugo Award-nominated editor. This is where you want to be, guys. Thank you for being here today. All right, Chip Zdarsky was recently named the writer for Captain America by Marvel Comics. He's urged fans to avoid spoilers, bragging about being the first Canadian to write the character. Never a good start right here. So if you don't know, Captain America has been in a strange spot with the brand over the last year. Anthony Mackie's film, Captain America Brave New World, bombed at the box office. They're saying it's going to lose probably $250 million for Disney. He gave a bizarre interview leading up to it saying Captain America doesn't stand for America and doesn't represent America. Like, if he literally is called America, what are you doing? But this is what they are like. These guys hate America. They're not patriotic. They are not people who understand what a conservative character like Steve Rogers would be about. And of course, that's not even really Steve Rogers. Anthony Mackie's replacing Steve Rogers with a fake Captain America who's black because they want to push the agenda, and that's all it's about. Marvel Comics has been increasingly pushing this agenda itself within the comics, even worse than the Marvel Studios has. They turned Captain America into a Hydra agent, the allegory for Nazi, back in Trump was getting elected, so, all of America's dead now. Hail Hydra is what they put out there, and a lot of comic readers turned off at that point. That just killed the character for people. Really did. They then put Ta-Nehisi Coates, who's a race baiter, on the character. It's absolutely crazy. They gave him a reward for it, and totally forgotten run because he doesn't have any talent. He's out there. His entire shtick is that you're racist if you're white, and that's who he is. Then they put J. Michael Straczynski on it, who's been super Trump deranged, doesn't understand patriotism, anti-American, been a commie for as long as I can remember, and pushes, of course, his transgender politics into everything. Now, in this book, he actually put this like weird shaved head girl who's following Cap around like usual. It's all the same thing. And they went into like fairyland and fought fairies. Like, it was very weird and didn't make sense for the character whatsoever. It was just out of left field. Now that run ended prematurely because it just wasn't going well again. And so they had to stop it and reboot it with an all-new number 1 because nobody's reading this slop. It's just they can't understand it because they don't understand what makes the heart and soul of the character goes. They can put the costume on, but it's not the character. It's like the movie. They put the costume on, it's still not the character. So Chip Zdarsky, on the other front, is a left-wing activist. He's been known for, of course, hating conservative fans, blocking everybody on X back when he was on X. I don't think he is these days. Of course not. And he's got a little snarky blog out about what he's going to be doing with Captain America, which doesn't lend me faith in the character whatsoever. If you looked at his Batman run, he turned Bruce Wayne into a bisexual to try to push that agenda over DC Comics. Yay, everybody's gay at DC Comics. And here's Captain America. At least we've got a Captain America throwing a shield at this point. You know, that's we've got an American flag. That's okay. Well, that's the art. That's just promo art. We'll see what goes on his newsletter, though. So this is his Substack. And listen to how he, like, the tone he takes, where he's just so flippant and acts like he's, like, so much smarter than everybody else. Ever since my trip to LA and New York City for Daredevil premiere, people have been asking me if I've changed. I suppose I have. But I like to think it's less of a change than it's a beautiful metamorphosis from the rank, filthy cocoon of comic books to the shimmering light of Hollywood as my powerful hung butterfly takes flight. I mean, who talks like that? I get it's sarcasm, but come on. This is like eye-rollingly cringe. Will I still write this newsletter to reaffirm my connection to the common people, you? No, but my assistant, Chad, will be typing these up based on my angry 3 a.m. phone calls to him and some choice AI prompts. While my past is in comic books, sadly, my future is also in comic books. Now, the thing is, they always, when they go passive-aggressive like this, in a way that they do this kind of thing, they always give a kernel of truth. This is kind of it's the gamma male really is who does something like this, and Chip Zdarsky is clearly a gamma male here, and so he's venting his frustration that he's not getting enough recognition because he's a comic book writer. Really, is what's going on here, and he'd love to be in Hollywood. He thinks his stuff should be Hollywood built up, etc. And yet he's still stuck in comic books. Now, he's doing it flippantly and sarcastically to make it look like he really doesn't think that, but he does. And deep down, that's what's going on here. He's seething that he's not really going there. I said yes to several jobs before I met my new best friend, Charlie Cox. And the reason he says this is because he's bragging that he was at the premiere of Daredevil Born Again last weekend, which was his prior blog to this. It was just bragging about that. Legally, I need to promote this work. Ugh, here goes. And you can tell, again, these authors hate promoting. They think it's beneath them to do so. They should just be able to write and somebody else should promote for them. And you know, he doesn't legally need to promote this at this point. I mean, that's silly. But here it is. He talks about Captain America, and here it is. I grew up with Captain America. So weird start into, once you go into this, it's a little better. It's like, obviously he's read Captain America. He liked it growing up. And so he says it's a bucket list item for him. But why would you start with this if that's I mean, it's just like, just start here and just be earnest, you know? I mean, I think it comes across a little better. But hey, it's not my newsletter. So this is where he just does some stuff. I'm begging you to avoid spoilers for what we're cooking. It's going to be a good time, I promise. I'm going to doubt this, and of course, we'll call it out on the channel once it gets weird. If it gets weird, we're going to call it out, like Bruce Wayne here. A lot of people didn't comment on this. I mean, it's very, very weird what he did on that front. So, sorry, a Canadian writing Captain America. He's got like 2 paragraphs of like earnest and goes back into his flippant sort of thing where he's acting like a, quote, outraged fan to try to mock people who are concerned that he is a leftist Canadian who does not understand America, who's writing Captain America. I know, I believe I'm the first, though not the first non-American. David Gibbons wrote a few issues. I'm sickened. Well, if it makes it any better, I may be American soon enough once Prime Minister Gretzky signs the deal to make the 52nd state. And wait, how many states are there? Do I capitalize states? So you can see, again, he's mocking America and mocking President Trump right now. And by the way, Canada should become our 51st state if they're smart. But that's exactly what's happening here. I mean, this is a guy who's mocking like the American movement right now. That's going to go well for Captain America? I doubt that. Oh my God, you're writing Captain America. It'll be fine, he says. But this is where he admits it's not going to be fine. Stay off the internet. Come only here for quality, non-spoiler cap updates. So this is twice in this newsletter. He's urged people not to look at spoilers, to stay off the internet, and not check into this. Because obviously he's going to do something controversial with this. That's going to be anti-American. It's not going to fit well with the character. And it's going to be the same old destruction of another Marvel character again, like they've done with Captain America so many times at this point. That's really, really sad. And that's what he's implying is going to be happening here. So I'm going to call it right now, and we'll take a look into it. And, of course, when it comes out, we'll report on the news here. But this is where Chip Zdarsky stands right now. It's a very weird blog supporting this, or at least trying to promote it, I guess. And I don't think it bodes well at all. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Love to hear from you, my friends. Please hit the like and subscribe button. And do check out my newsletter. I write great patriotic characters. I write regular characters who are in day jobs. I've got characters all over the map, but they're all good. They're all heroes. That's what we're trying to present here. Build a new thing from the ashes of what was the comic book industry. You're going to love it. Grab these books in the description below for free. Thank you for being here. We'll be back soon.